Hello and welcome to another episode of the Rocky Sports Talk Sheet. Today's topic, I am going to give you all my top 15 number one overall picks in the NBA draft history. Now, I'm going to explain how this is going to work. This is going to go over accomplishments as a team, titles. I'm going to give you all like their career stats, accomplishments, all the way from like high school, college, NBA, and we're gonna go from there. There is gonna be some controversy with a lot of people about my list, but like I said, this is my list. You all are welcome to comment, like, um, and even give me your own list. Like I said, because some of these could be different, numbered different, or entirely different. But before we start this, please remember to please like and subscribe and comment and hit the notification bell. Also, you can find me on Twitter at Rocky Sports, ROCKEY Sports, 2 words. And also, I'm a gamer, so you can also watch my streams and find me there on Twitch at Rocky Sports Talk Sheet, all one word, lower caps. So, again, thank you all for tuning in and watching this video. I hope you all enjoy. So let's get to it. Now, there is going to be technically 16 because number 15, it was a 15A and B, mainly because it's like really tied. And depending on how, like, either this year or I think he has at best 3 more years left at best, but I think he's going to retire after this year. It depends on how the season goes because the 15B is highly favored on a team that should win it all, the Brooklyn Nets this year. So he might get a chip, and that will probably put him over and just lock in the 15 person. So right now it's 15A and 15B on the 15. Let's start. I'm going to go ahead and start actually from the bottom of the list here. So like I explained, this is 15B and 15B, and these are the number one picks in their draft classes. It's only number one overall picks. I need to explain this because I've talked to people on my list. Oh, no, that wasn't the best player that year. No, they are the number one pick each year in the draft. Pretty self-explanatory. So, Blake Griffin is 15B for me. He is tied currently with Chris Webber, mainly because he has choked to make the NBA Finals, being on great Clippers teams, projected many years to get out of the Western Conference, and the team was even nicknamed Lob City, but they never did make it out of the Western Conference. There was at least 2 or 3 years, like, legitimately, they were favored. A lot of people had them favored to come out of the West, and I think maybe even 1 or 2 of those years to win it all. And they just never even made it out of the Western Conference. If I actually remember correctly, I don't even know if they even made it to the Western Conference Finals. So it was just a big bust down there with CP3, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan. They were fun to watch, but they choked. They definitely choked a few of those years. But he is currently a role player, playing actually pretty well, very well for the highly favored to win it all this year and fully loaded Brooklyn Nets squad. So he could easily get 1 or 2 titles, and thus passing Webber on this list. But if he and the squad lose, they would easily, in my opinion, go down as the biggest bust in NBA history. because shooters and playmaking wise, they have some of the all-time best. They have Kyrie, Irvin, Kevin Durant, and James Harden as the big three there. And they are shooting lights out. They could go on like a historical shooting rampage offensively. And it's just like, dude, you have 3 MVP caliber players on the team. And 2 of those have won the MVP in the league. Kevin Durant and James Harden. And it's just, bro, like, you have easily 2 of, like, some of the greatest shooters of all time in Durant and James Harden. And then playmaking-wise, one of the greatest of all time to do it. And ball handlers in Kyrie Irving. And that's just those 3. They also, they have some great, dude, that team is loaded. They have other good players on that team. It's just, it's not right. So, yeah, if they don't win, it's going to be a huge bust, but I really think that they're probably going to win it. Even though I'm a Lakers fan and they're not healthy. I don't know if they could even healthy even beat that team. So, yeah, stat-wise, career stats, we're not going to get into his because, as you all know, he's currently playing, so his stats are subject to change every day that they play. So, I'm going to explain some of his career accomplishments so far. McDonald's All-American 2007, third-team All-American 2007. The number 23 was honored by the Oklahoma Sooners. Big 12 Player of the Year 2009. NCAA Rebounding Leader 2009. First-team All-American 2009. National Collegiate Player of the Year 2009. Slam Dunk Champion. NBA Slam Dunk Champion 2011. NBA Rookie of the Year, which that one didn't catch us by surprise, 2011. 2-time All-NBA 13, 2015 and 2019. 3-time All-NBA Second Team, 2012 to 2014. 6-time All-Star, 2011 to 2015 and 2019 as well. Now, I want to say that he is currently playing and stuff like that again, so I can't give you his career numbers because, like I said, they are subject to change every single night now. But the rest of these, pretty much I can. There's a couple more that on this list that I can't because they are currently playing. But yeah, like 13 of these players, I can give you all their career numbers, accomplishments, and stuff like that. Now, 15A on my list is Chris Webber. Now, some of this, I get it, and then some of it I can't blame because, he never went to the NBA Finals, but holy cow, was that Western Conference loaded when he played. And he was on a very, very, very good Sacramento Kings team. Like, they were, don't get me wrong, they battled. Like, they had to battle. That Western Conference, whenever you had the Kings, you had the Portland Trailblazers there for a little while. You had the Spurs, of course. You had the Lakers. Like, you had the Timberwolves whenever Kevin Durant came out. Like, or not Kevin Durant, but Kevin Garnett. Like, dude, that Western Conference was like legitimately, like their top five teams in that Western Conference could have won the NBA Finals a lot of those years. Like the top 5 out of the Western Conference. Like it was that good of a conference at that period of time. But Chris Webber, like I said before, this could change. He could be taken off the list, or he could just be number 15 on the list, depending on how the Blake Griffin career ends and stuff like that. If he gets a title and NBA championship and stuff like that. Very similar careers between those two. This could change. Yeah, like I said. He was a very talented, like I said, Kings player. Very, very talented, insanely tough. Uh, yeah, that Western Conference was legit at that time. They just couldn't get past the elite Lakers teams and Spurs teams and all the top teams to make it to the NBA Finals. I'm not gonna knock them for it, because yeah, I understand it. Uh, but he was a good player on a great team, no doubt. Here's his accomplishments: Mr. Basketball in Michigan, 1991. McDonald's All-American Co-MVP, 1991. Two-time first team All-American, 1990, 1991. National High School Player of the Year, 91. The USBWA National Freshman of the Year, 1992. You got the first team All-American, 1993. Number 4, retired by the Kings. NBA rebounding leader, 1999. NBA All-Rookie First Team, 1994. All-NBA Third Team, 2000. Three-time All-NBA Second Team, 1999, 2002, 2003. All-NBA First Team, 2001. Five-time NBA All-Star, 97, 2000, 2003. Career stats: 17,182 points, which averaged out to 20.7 points per game. 8,124 rebounds, which averaged out to 9.8 rebounds per game. 3,526 assists, which averaged out to 4.2 assists per game. Now, like I said, he is tied, but he could be passed, and he might be passed by Blake Griffin on this. And honestly, some people would honestly probably put Blake Griffin at 15 straight up right now. But I'm gonna see, because like I said, this could also knock him out of the list, Blake Griffin, because that team is so loaded, and because it would be an epic failure especially with all of his Clipper teams not going to out of the Western Conference, and then being on a fully loaded and if they don't win the finals this year, Brooklyn Nets team, that team would probably go down as the biggest NBA busts ever. So that would honestly that would flat out just take him out of my list. So like I said, it's to be continued on that. Number 14, Kyrie Irving. Another that his career stats aren't done yet, so we're not going to get into his career numbers because they are subject to change. Now, I would say that he's probably going to be one of them that could move up, because he's really in the middle of his career. I mean, he's still got several more years left, so he could move up and down this list. He can gain more titles, stuff like that. So it's definitely going to be, that one's to be continued. Now, we're going to go through the list of his accomplishments, other than being kind of a little bit crazy this year. We ain't going to get into that. But here we go. McDonald's All-American 2011. First Team All-American 2011. No. Went on the wrong one here. I'm sorry about that. My bad on that one, you guys. Now, I want to scratch all that. Now, I do want to say that he did win a championship on one of the greatest epic comebacks and clutch shots to clinch the series after a clutch defensive play in the series in NBA Finals history. It's probably going to go down as one of the greatest NBA Finals history series of all time. Like, it was just crazy. I mean, because, I have to give him props. He did hit that big shot after LeBron blocked it late in that game 7 against the Golden State Warriors, who won a record regular season NBA record 73-9. And they were down 3-1 and won that, and came back won 3 straight, won the series 4-3, and brought Cleveland their first title, and blah 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 blah. Yeah, that was just crazy. But now let's get to it here. All right, he is a first-team All-American 2010, FIBA World Cup MVP 2014, USA Basketball Male Athlete of the Year 2014, NBA Three-Point Contest Champion 2013, NBA All-Rookie Team 2012, NBA Rookie of the Year 2012, All-NBA Third Team 2015, All-NBA Second Team 2019, NBA All-Star Game MVP 2014, 7-time NBA All-Star 2013 through 15, 17 through 19, 2021. NBA Champion, like I just said, that Cavs team 2016. He did make the biggest clutch shot in title clinching game after arguably the biggest defensive play in NBA Finals history. So yep. Have that. Yeah, just like I said. Now, his career numbers, like I said, currently playing, we won't get into that. Next on our list, number 13, he is currently playing as well, so his stats will not change. They are going to change. Now, we are, he's probably going to be going up this list too, because he's just, yeah, he's getting started. He's maybe in the middle of his career, but not like, he's not towards the end of it. So yeah, he's got many, many years left. He's already a champion, so he could really climb up this list, and he's going to have a Hall of Fame career by the time it's all said and done, in my opinion. In a lot of people's opinion, if you have a brain. But let's get into his accomplishments so far. And this person is Anthony Davis of the Los Angeles Lakers. Okay, so he was a McDonald's All-American 2011, First Team All-American 2011, SEC Rookie of the Year 2012, SEC Defensive Player of the Year 2012, NCAA Blocks Leader 2012, SEC Player of the Year, the USBWA National Freshman of the Year 2012, NABC Defensive Player of the Year 2012, First Team All-American 2012, National Collegiate Player of the Year 2012, NCAA Final Four Most Outstanding Player 2012, NCAA Champion 2012. They did lose one game there in Kentucky, and I do want to add this because I am a diehard Indiana Hoosiers basketball fan. I love my Indiana Hoosiers, and my first game, because I lived in Bloomington at that time, in Bloomington, Indiana, and I did security, ESG security there, so I did a lot of event security and sporting event security. So I was actually doing security at that basketball game. And the cool thing is I did early, so I did like all the parking and stuff like that, and, well, you know, kind of watched like the tailgating and stuff like that. And then, you know, I got to go in there and secure, you know, to watch the game and stuff, you know. And that was my first ever Indiana Hoosiers basketball game that I ever saw live. And we hit a game winner buzzer beater to win that game against number 1 Kentucky at home. And that place went nuts, and it was just one of the most insane and probably the best sports moment I've ever had. Because nothing can top that. For a first-time event, that was the cream of the crop, man. And that was their only loss that year was to Indiana. And Indiana just want to say, is the last undefeated team in college basketball history right now. And we made sure we took it away from Kentucky, which makes it all the greater. And then, of course, John Calipari, their head coach, stopped our rivalry, and we don't play them anymore in the regular season. We have to wait and play each other maybe in the NCAA tournament, which we did knock them out there as well. But whatever, Coach Calipari and Kentucky Wildcats, you know, you lose and then you cry like little babies and run. So whatever. But yeah, there's many years where you all crushed us, but you didn't see us tucking our tails and running away from the rivalry like you all did. But whatever. Anyways, like I said, 2012 they won the NCAA championship. NBA All-Rookie First Team, 2013. Three-time NBA blocks leader, 2014, 15, and 18. Two-time NBA All-Defensive Second Team, 15 and 17. Two-time All-Defensive First Team, 2018, 2020. Four-time All-First Team, 2015, 17, 18, and 20. NBA All-Star Game MVP, 2017. Eight-time NBA All-Star, 14 through 21. And NBA champion, the reigning and defending NBA champion at Los Angeles Lakers, 2020. Now, number 12, controversial. He had a controversial life, had a controversial incident that happened in high school. We almost never got to see his NBA career happen. But thank God we did, because he was one of my favorite players growing up. I remember playing elementary school, being on the elementary school basketball team, and I loved it whenever my dad got me a pair of his shoes, and I wore them like I was like the baddest dude. I used to practice every day and do his up and unders, like tried to emulate my game a lot after him. And number 12 on this list, to me, one of my favorite players growing up as a kid, Allen Iverson. AI, the Allen Iverson. He was one of a kind player in NBA history. Changed a lot about the game. Some good and some bad, I will have to say. I'm going to admit it. He definitely changed the dress code. The commissioner changed it after Allen Iverson. Yeah, he changed the dress code. Rules got changed due to Allen Iverson. Let's just put it that way. And like I said, there was some good things, some good bad things. You know, a lot of us didn't really like, and it didn't show very well whenever he did the whole practice. We talking about practice rant, the infamous practice rant during a press conference. And just some of his antics was just, not good. But his play, man, that dude was a beast. For as little as he was the toughest that came at his position, man. He was a beast. Like, just awesome to watch. He brought the lightning and the thunder, and just a joy. Let's get into his career highlights. Like I said, I'm not going to get into his ordeal in high school, but yes, there was an incident that, almost cost him his evening to go to college and stuff. But thank you, Georgetown, for giving this man a chance, and so we could see his wonderful NBA career. Oh boy, it almost never happened. That would have been devastating for the NBA, honestly. Now, he was a first team All-American in '93, a Big East Rookie of the Year in 1995, two-time Big East Defensive Player of the Year, 95 and 96, second team All Big East, 95, first team All Big East, 96, first team All-American, 1996, first team I already said that one. First team All-American, 1996. The number 3 is retired by the 76ers. The 3-time NBA steals leader, 2001 through 2003. 4-time NBA scoring champion, 1999, 2001, 2002, 2005. NBA All-Rookie First Team, 1997. NBA Rookie of the Year, 1997. NBA Third Team, 2006. 3-time All-NBA Second Team, 2000, 2002, and 2003. Now, he was also a 3-time All-NBA First Team, 99, 01, 05. A 2-time NBA All-Star Game MVP, 01 and 05. A 11-time NBA All-Star, 2010 to 2000, 2010. MVP, the NBA MVP, 01. And I want to also give Allen Iverson his major credit. Now, sure, he didn't win a NBA championship, but he was in the finals with the 76ers that was brutally, and I mean brutally, outmatched by the Lakers with a prime Shaq and prime Kobe, and a Lakers team that had the greatest playoff run of any team in NBA history. They swept through the Western Conference in every round, losing 0 games and won every game in the Western Conference playoffs against 50-plus win teams in every single round. Only team to do that in NBA history. And after a crazy, clutch, insane performance in Game 1 of the NBA Finals against my Lakers, and it took overtime, but they came away with that squeaky of a win. Allen Iverson pretty much himself willed that team to Game 1 win. That was their only win in that NBA Finals. The Lakers went on to win the next 4 in a row and win that 2001 NBA championship. But I am definitely not faulting Allen Iverson at all for this, because that was by far, in my opinion, just my opinion, of any team to make it to the NBA Finals, that was by far, outside of Allen Iverson, the weakest NBA roster to be in the NBA Finals. You take Allen Iverson off that off that 76ers team, I guarantee you, in my opinion, they would be one of the 3 to 5 worst record teams in the NBA that season. Just flat out. That's how much of a factor Allen Iverson was on that team. He willed them through crazy battles in the Eastern Conference to get them in that finals. And that is just an insane accomplishment for that man. And I want to give you your true props that you truly do deserve there, Allen Iverson, because you gave it everything to try to get that title. Now, number 11, Alvin Hayes. Dude was a stud. Dude was a beast, man. He was awesome in his day. Again, this one was a close one, though. He got an NBA title. So I did put somebody ahead of him, basically because Jordan never let him see the light of day to get a title. But yeah. Now, let's get into his accomplishments here. Number 44, retired by the Houston Cougars. 2-time first-team All-American, 1967 to 68. Sporting News Player of the Year, 1968. UPI Player of the Year, 1968. Associated Press Player of the Year, 1968. 50th Anniversary Team, Number 11, retired by Wizards. Two-time NBA rebounding leader, 1970 and 74. NBA scoring champion, 1969. NBA All-Rookie First Team, 1969. Two-time NBA All-Defensive Second Team, 1974 and 75. Three-time All-NBA Second Team, 73, 74, and 76. Three-time All-NBA First Team, 75, 77, and 79. 12-time NBA All-Star, 1969 through 1980. NBA Champion, 1978. And like I said, for a 6'9" big, he was flat out, just straight up a beast down there and a stud. Here are his career stats. 27,313 points, which averages out to 21 points per game. 16,279 rebounds, averages out to 12.5 rebounds per game. 1,171 blocks, averages out to 2 blocks per game. Dude, enough said about that dude. He was awesome, man. Like, Alvin Hayes was awesome, especially for 6'9". And, yeah. He was good. He was very good. Very underappreciated Hall of Famer, I will have to say, is Alvin Hayes. Number 10 on my list. We're in the top 10 now. And that is Patrick Ewing. He has to be on this list. I know he did not win an NBA championship. Allen Iverson, there's some people on this list that never won a championship. And they were just so good. And they were not the issue on why. They were not a problem on why their team did not win the championship whenever they were there. It was definitely not his fault. Basically, it sums up to, dude, Jordan dominated and owned the 90s, and there was no way in hell Patrick Ewing in the 90s was coming out of the East past the Bulls. That's enough said on that. That is all there is to say on that. Now, he did make it to the finals whenever Jordan retired. That season that he retired the first time, they made it and got crushed by the Houston Rockets and Akeem Olajuwon. So he was in the NBA championship game, but yeah, it took Michael Jordan taking a year off basketball to get him. Literally. Outside of that, never sniffed it again. Michael came back, that was it. It was over. So yeah. But I'm not faulting Patrick Ewing because that dude was awesome. And that Knicks teams were awesome, man. Now let's get into his accomplishments. Okay? And just like I said, I want to say again, he's arguably one of the best players in NBA history to never win a ring. Okay? You can try to argue that, but no, I'm not going to buy it. He is one of the greatest players in NBA history not to have a title. Now, as a coach, he won the Big East Tournament Conference Championship this year, 2021. In an upset, like it came out of nowhere in the Big East. So that's his coaching accomplishment there. So we have that there. And then he was also a two-time first-team All-American, 80-81, a McDonald's All-American, 81, National High School Player of the Year, 1981, second-team All-Big East, 1982, a three-time first-team All-Big East, 83-85, four-time Big East Defensive Player of the Year, 82-85, two-time Big East Player of the Year, 84 and 85, three-time first-team All-American, 83-85, National College Player of the Year, 1985, NCAA Final Four Most Outstanding Player, 1984, NCAA Champion, 1984. The number 33 is retired by the Knicks, of course. He was also on the 50th anniversary all-time team. NBA Rookie of the Year, 1986.
Three-time NBA All-Defensive Second Team, 88, 89, 92. Six-time All-NBA Second Team, 1988, 89, 91 through 93, and 97. All-NBA First Team, 1990. 11-time NBA All-Star, 86, 88 through 97. Career stats, 24,815 points, which averages out to 21 points per game. 11,617 rebounds, averages out to 19.8 rebounds per game. 2,894 blocks, averages out to 2.4 blocks per game. He had a great career. Enough said on that. Number 9. Now, number 9 and 10 could have been switched, but you'll understand why. Sometimes championships matter. Now, David Robinson is number 9 on this list. And it's basically because he won 2 titles with the San Antonio Spurs, while Patrick Ewing didn't win. So that's basically why on that one. Now, the General, his nickname was the General. His stats are USA Basketball Male Athlete of the Year, 1986. NCAA Rebounding Leader, 1986. Two-time NCAA Blocks Leader, 86-87. Three-time CAA Player of the Year, 85 through 87. Second-team All-American, 1986. First-team All-American, 1987. National Collegiate Player of the Year, 1987. Sports Illustrated Sportsman of the Year, 2003. Number 50, retired by the Spurs. NBA 50th Anniversary All-Time Team. NBA All-Rookie First Team, 1990. NBA Rookie of the Year, 1990. NBA Blocks Leader, 1992. NBA Rebounding Leader, 1991. NBA Scoring Champion, 1994. NBA Sportsmanship Award, 2001. Four-time All-NBA Defensive Second Team, 1990, 93, 94, 98. Four-time All-NBA First Defensive, 91, 92, 95, 96. NBA Defensive Player of the Year, 1992. Four-time All-NBA Third Team, 1990, 93, 2000, 2001. Two-time All-NBA Second Team, 94, 98. Four-time First Team, NBA First Team, 91, 92, 95, 96. 10-time All-Star, 1990 to 96, 98, 2000, and 2001. NBA MVP, 1995. Two-time NBA champion, 99 and 2003. Now, the general stats would have been more higher. He would have more career everything, but he had to first finish out his commitment and his he had to fulfill his commitment to the United States military and the naval service. So he had to do his like 4 years or whatever, 4 or 8 years in the service, and then come to the NBA. So he was drafted, but he had to he had other things to do, and he was serving his country. So props to David Robinson on that. But he would have had more career numbers because it did take a couple years away from his NBA career. So, not knocking him at all for that. You can't knock him for that. Nobody can. Not at all. So, let's take a pause real quick here. And let's check out our list here. All right, 1 second. All right, now we are on number 8. I'm going to do number 8, and then 7 through 1, we're going to have to make it a 2-part video. So, number 8 on this list is Elgin Baylor. And like I said, some of these are going to be argued where they rank, but it's understandable. Some of these are lower ones, some of these are higher. I understand. Like I said, submit me your alls. You can flip these around. Give me your alls. Comment. But yeah, it got harder, extremely harder past 5. Like, no doubt. It really, truly, truly did. And some of these got lowered just by like NBA championships was the main thing that kind of like took that list. Now, let's go on to his accomplishments and stats and stuff. Now, NBA Executive of the Year, 2006. Number 22, retired by the Seattle Redhawks. NCAA leader in rebounds, 1957. Second team All-American, 1957. First team All-American, 1958. Helms Foundation Player of the Year, 1958. NCAA Final Four Most Outstanding Player, 1958. Number 22, retired by the Lakers. NBA 50th Anniversary All-Time Team. NBA 35th Anniversary All-Time Team. NBA Rookie of the Year, 1959. 10-time All-NBA First Team, 1959 through 65, 67 through 69. NBA All-Star Game MVP, 1959. 11-time NBA All-Star, 1959 through 65, 67 through 70. NBA Champion, 1972. Career stats, 23,149 points. Averages out to 27.4 points per game. 11,463 rebounds. Averages out to 13.5 rebounds per game. 3,650 assists. Averages out to 4.3 assists per game. Now, Elgin Baylor, okay, yes, he is better than some of these players above him and definitely below him on the all-time greatest NBA player list. On the all-time list. Okay, I want to say that. I know that having Elgin Baylor on a list at number 8 out of like 16 players sounds crazy. But there's some amazing players on this list. Now, this is a different list. This is top 5 number 1 overall picks. And kind of like what they did, accomplish, all that stuff. It's not an all-time greatest list. Just remember that. Now, this is going to be part 1 of a two-parter. Now, again, number 7 through 1 is going to be on this next video I'm getting ready to make and upload now. If you could, please like and subscribe to the channel. Like I said again earlier in the video, you can also find me on Twitter at Rocky Sports, ROCKEY Sports, and on Twitch. I do game. You can follow me on there at Rocky Sports Talk Sheet, all lowercase. I want to say thank you all again for tuning in to this video. Hope you all like it so far. And like I said, part 2 of this video is coming up. Peace out till then, guys. Thank you all very much for tuning in.